Welcome to another episode of Millennial Investing Explained. Here's today's question. We've talked about how the first step shouldn't be or possibly shouldn't be building a business plan. So if there's someone listening to the show right now that wants to become an entrepreneur and has an idea that they're really passionate about, but they just aren't sure how to get started, what should be the first step that they take?
What I would say is, if you think you have a good idea, if you think you have a product, if you think you have a service, go sell one. The number one best thing you can do is go sell one. And that is where you're going to learn. That is where you're going to evolve. That is where you're going to figure out if you really have something. And so to your point, and if you don't, if nobody buys it, that's okay. Then you'll create something else. You'll have another idea. But step one is you just got to go sell one and see if people even want it. Don't go ask your mom's advice. Don't go ask your brother's advice. Don't go ask your boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse's advice. These people are not the people that are going to cut you a check for your product, and you're not getting the real answer. Go to a real customer, and if they're not willing to pay you money for what you've created, you don't have anything. That's the painful truth.
Yeah, there's such a big difference there between somebody that likes the idea and somebody that's willing to pay you their hard-earned money for what you're providing as a service or selling as a product.
Here's an example, okay? And so I'll use a real-life example with me. And so shoot forward in time, I created EOS and started EOS now probably 20 years ago. And here we are 20 years later, and I can't even think of the exact number, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000 sessions that we've done with companies. And I think that's the number, but it's roughly that number. And so I go all the way back to the very first session I ever did. So here we are 20 years later, 50,000 sessions with 7,000 companies. Well, I did that first session just to see if they found value. And the truth of the matter is I did that first session for free just so I could practice on someone and make head value. And then the second one I did, I charged for. And then each one I did, my fees kept going up. It enabled me to practice and hone and try this service that I was trying to create. So that's the point. I just did one, and then I did two, and then I did three, and then 10, and here we are, 50,000 sessions later. That's how you grow and build a company.
That's all for this episode of Millennial Investing Explained. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to get even more free content.